So, welcome to my YouTube. So my setup is not really all that, but I figure why not start? I keep putting it off and saying, okay, maybe next time, maybe when I get this or buy that. But the truth of the matter is, I just take my regular stand that I have and my phone and just start. So right now I'm just blending the tip. I cleaned the nails already. I actually took off of my previous set, so this is not like my first time doing my nails on myself. But I'm still learning. I'm a beginner. I don't work at a shop. Actually a CPA, so we're gonna see how this journey into nails go. I work in a very high intense background, so this is kind of like my relief. I want to have an interest outside of sitting behind my computer for 11 hours a day during tax season, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. So again, this is not my first time that I've done it. I've done my nails a couple times, picked it up, put it down. It's like, do I really want to be a nail tech? I'm not sure, but I like the process. I like the creativity that I see other nail techs have. So just something that I feel like it takes a lot of technique to learn the basics, but also it takes a lot of patience. And I'm doing it on my own hand, so it's very awkward, to say the least. So and I see a lot of people do this process a lot quicker, but I like to take my time because my nails are really soft. My nail beds are really soft. That's why I'm being really careful, and I'm not filing my nail at all. I keep wiping it off so I could keep a good eye on where the tip ends and my nail begins. I don't want to... What I don't like about the nail salon is that they always go ham on your nails. Like, I feel like they want you to always come back and your nails to be real soft, and I don't like it. I don't like, you feeling like my nail beds are hurting, that they're so sensitive. I can't even put any pressure on these acrylic nails because it's just so sensitive. It's not really that good of an experience when it's like that. I have 2 small kids, so if I can't open the car seat, that's a problem for me. Just on basic fundamental kind of activity, I have to be able to do that without being scared that or nervous that the nail's gonna pop off and my real nail's gonna just go with it, and I'm gonna be all bloody for the next couple weeks. But I wanted to post it because, like I said, I'm not a nail tech, but I would love some feedback, how to do the right thing and ways that I could improve, areas that I need to look for. So I'm starting at the bottom level. I did take a little kind of like impromptu course with a local nail tech, and it was amazing. She's really good. And so that was a really good experience. And then a few of the nail techs that I follow, they actually use the Mia's Secret system. So that's what I'm going to be using. It's so funny. My husband just like hates the smell of this. But, I don't think, no matter what I go with, there's always going to be a smell. And so the brush that I have is the Kolinsky brush hair number 8, and I like it. Once it's clean, and you can definitely tell when it's not clean. Once it's clean, I feel like it helps me a lot, you know, building the acrylic and getting just a smoother application. Obviously, my intention is to have such a smooth application that I don't really have to worry about filing too much. So let's get started. So I didn't put that much. I don't like really putting that much liquid. I like it to stay, you know, kind of clean. And, you know, sometimes I'm a beginner, so you make a little mistakes and you need to just kind of I want to make sure that I could just throw the thing out and rinse it, and not feel like I'm wasting a bunch of products. So that's why I keep it limited to what's in here. And I wonder if I could do the same thing with this, but you know, I'm a beginner. I don't have that much in terms of resources. So this is, maybe I should have got a smaller one for my first one, but so, you know, the only thing that's like, you know I'm a beginner, or I know and I can tell that I'm a beginner, is because sometimes I inadvertently skip over steps. Like, you know, you want your nail to be, you know, really clean when you're doing it, and all the dust from the nail file, you just want to kind of get it away, brush it off. So now I am actually looking for my primer. So, okay. And I use OPI Bondex. Again, this is actually one that one of the ladies, one of the YouTube nail technicians that I follow, she swears by this. And actually, I did my nails with the Mia's Secret, and then I did it with this one the second time, and it stayed on so much longer. My nails didn't pop off or anything. And then for the tips, I just used, just got this off of Amazon, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. So obviously my nail size doesn't change. So I just use 3 of my middle fingers. They all fit 5. My hands are so probably really fat. So then the pinkies are 9. And then my thumb is this one. And I like use the 6 sometimes on my index finger, just kind of depending on how I feel like it looks, the fit. Obviously, you never want to put the small one that's too small. If anything, you want to go a little bit bigger and file down the sides, because you don't want it to cause lifting. And then for the glue, I used the KDS. So I tried the one from Sally's Beauty Supply, but I find that the glue just took too long to dry, especially on my practice hand. That could be because it's a plastic hand, but I definitely like the KDS glue. It dries really quick. And then I got like a 12 pack of the glue, or a 24 pack, and it was like $12. So that was awesome. Definitely a great incentive to buy from Amazon. And then I like the square, but I do like the tapered square. So I know that my shape doesn't really always come out perfect. Hey, new to this. Hopefully, as I continue to do it and get better, you know, the skill comes with practice. So that's the intent, right? I'm trying to get there, trying to see what I can make happen. So I'm just like, I always do this. I'm like looking at my nails as I'm chatting, and you know, if I don't like the shape, I just keep going. So until it gets to the way I want it to look. And so that everything's, you know, relatively even. This set is way shorter than the set that I just took off. I left it like full length, my last set, and needless to say that my coworkers thought it was crazy to have these super long nails during tax season, but it wasn't so bad. And I used to wear nails a lot until I had kids, and nails just make it hard to maneuver without kids. So I got my napkin here, and I use the Viva paper towels. It's super thick, and it just functions better. I don't have to use like 25 pieces during the set. So let's get started. So I just kind of push the brush down to make sure all of the air bubbles are out. And again, you know, it's all about improvements, so don't be too negative in the comments, but if you have any tips or tricks, you know, let me know. I am so down to just learn new things. So I'm gonna just maneuver it just a little bit. So we're definitely like I want to learn how to get like this super big balls. I'm not really to like the one ball method, and I don't have a problem with not being there, but I would love to be able to get there one day, just because, you know, I wouldn't mind knowing how to be quick with my application. I mean, right now I feel like I take forever. And that's not a problem. I guess that's why I kind of like, I wanted to try it with the Mia Secret, because the YouTuber that I follow, she's like, you know, for a learning one, and I follow a couple different ones that have you know, said some good thing about me, some good things about Mia's Secrets acrylic set for beginners, because it takes a little bit longer to set, and it just gives you a little bit more time to kind of play around with it and get comfortable with where your acrylic is set. And me and my big burly hands, you know, it takes a little bit, but I'm right there. And then I'm out of frame, so I have to, this is like 100%. I'm like learning a million things at once. So tell me in the comments, you know, what brings you to a channel like this? Because I notice that like a lot of people watch, you know, videos like this, and obviously I'm one of them. But, you know, tell me what you guys like to see on these channels. Like, what draws you to them? the skill is definitely, very important. But I think a lot of times for me, it's like, I like for the text to have some personality. I'm like, I could definitely see myself sitting in your chair. Just, you have an awesome space to you. And it just radiates. Some people just don't have it, so it doesn't really matter how much skill you have in your video, or how creative you are, or how good your editing skills are. It's just, to me, you're just not keeping my interest, which, neither here nor there. I mean, but I think you have to be consistent, because if I like your channel, I tend to like YouTube more than cable these days, a lot of times, because you're getting to see people instead of actors. And I love a good movie, I love a good sitcom, but sometimes seeing people's reactions, researching things that you like, they make the nonsense time a little bit more interesting. So in the comments, let me know, like, what brought you here, what made you click on the video. And so what I do is I kind of always moving around the nail to see if I'm doing a good job. Ooh, messed that one up. With building the apex. Limited time doing this, but what I have noticed is that once I do the apex and I thicken the nail, a little bit right here, when I'm functioning, when I'm, spending all day at my computer, it works for me. It makes the nail feel more secure. And I can honestly say that is something that, until I started watching YouTube, I never really even thought about when it came to getting my nails done at a nail salon. And they definitely didn't make sure that was happening. So another thing that I want to do is I want to get the cover pink from Mia's Secret, because this is what I was talking about. So you can see like my real nail all the way through, which, I mean, usually I put nail polish, because I know that this is I feel like the nail polish sometimes camouflages the imperfections of the nail or the nail application. But I'm still trying to get the technical stuff, like not hitting my skin. And I think this time I did a okay job with that part, because that's really important, and that really affects the lifting. And you really want that detachment, and you want it to only be dependent on the natural nail to stick, because your finger, see, look, and I even mentioned it, and can you believe I forgot it? So, I'm definitely not at the point where I need to be doing anybody else's nails, but I'm comfortable with practicing on my own. And hopefully, this process, gets me better, gives other people the confidence to try something new out. So what happens is, usually like in a couple days, this will this might like pop off or get really loose at the bottom, because I didn't use anything to help seal it to my natural nails. Sometimes it stays, though. I have to be honest. Maybe I do a good job when it comes to cleaning the nail. I definitely am only going to leave it for like a week at a time, though, just because, again, my main intention is to learn. So Saturday nights or Sundays are usually going to be my days to do my nails. So I'm just gonna do one more, and then I'll see you later until next week. So if you want, again, I'm gonna try to do this every, once a week. I'm gonna post. Either it's gonna be on my nail process, or I'll do a set on my practice hand, which after I finish this one, I'll show you. So I'm still getting used to like finding the consistency that I need on the ball. But you know what is a feat is actually learning how to get the acrylic off of the brush. And you wouldn't necessarily think that. I'm telling you, some of you YouTubers, you nail techs that have been at it for a really long time, you make this look like, oh, a cakewalk. But that was probably my hardest thing. And you know what it was, is that I actually have another brush that I was using. Again, I got it from Sally's Beauty Supply, and I've seen some videos using it. But you know what I think it was, is that I was not cleaning the brush good enough. So everything was just sticking to it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? But eventually I'm like, oh, this is what's going on. This is what I need to be doing. And it's all a process, You watch some of these people, and everybody's got to start somewhere. And some people obviously are going to have the talent. They're going to pick it up, super quick. Some people, they just have a passion for it. And so their skill is going to get there because they're taking the time to hone their craft. And maybe that'll be me. Again, this is not what I studied to do in school, but I like my creative sides. This is definitely something that has interested me, has always interested me, and I'm just going to explore that, and hopefully I can explore that with you guys and take you along on this journey and talk to you every weekend. We do a live, and eventually that's my hope, is to just get on a live. So that is definitely going to be the exciting part of this process. So again, you see me trying to keep around the nail really clean. I'm not perfect with it, but I try. I don't want to have a gap in the application. Again, I'm looking at the apex, so you can see right here, like definitely not done with that. You don't see how flat it is compared to this one, and you just want to see that flow. Yes, I don't really like my nails super thick, but I like it to feel good. I like it to feel very secure. So my hands are big, so when it's like you have to feather it, I'm like, feather what? I'm gonna take one swipe and all this acrylic powder is gonna come off. So the amount of just control that you have to have of the brush is really, you got to take your time. So this is definitely, everything I thought it would be in terms of just something very therapeutic and relaxing. And, I have my own space in my home, thankfully. that I can, you know, just sit and practice and take my time. And when I didn't know how to, and not to say that I'm perfect in any way, shape, or form, before, when I could barely pick up a ball, it would take me like 16 or 17 swipes to even get anything on the nail, and I was just feeling really defeated. But finally, I bit the bullet, and I follow a lot of business women on social media, on Instagram, and I've been wanting to share this for a while, but I'm always nervous about everything that's not, it's got to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, like I usually invest, and then sometimes by that time it stresses me out so much, I just, put it down and say, okay, I'm just not ready for this. But with this one, I think with this, experience, it's been different. Like, I don't want to, waste all my money, and not waste, but, buying things that I just don't need without, having the experience along with it. You research nails on like Instagram and YouTube, and there's a lot of stuff out there, but I also see a lot of people and they're like, oh, I have all this, and I'm like, for real, how long is it gonna take you to use all that stuff is the question. Like, why do you have all of it? So with this like journey, is also really is about being financially savvy as well, because I feel like a lot of people, that's maybe why a lot of businesses, small businesses in general, fail, is because they're not taking their time to do the research, to ask the right questions, to just kind of understand that everything is a process. We're talking about who gets the benefit, or who gets to take advantage of certain opportunities, and we're not realizing that they are putting in the work. They're doing a lot of research, speaking to the right people, putting their trust in experts. So I definitely love the field that I'm in, but it's a very high stress situation. But I'm learning from it. I also love planning, so you might see like a plan with me video go up here and there. I love planning. I love the stickers. I just like anything creative. So this one I definitely used way too much acrylic. But you see, I don't mind filing. Once that apex is there, I can file the rest of it away and just make it really clean. So that's all for now. Check back in with me next week. So I'll show you at the beginning of the video, the finished product. By then I'd probably decided if I'm going to redo my nails or do a set on my practice hand. So let me show you guys my practice hand. So this is my practice hand. Mr. Thumb doesn't have a nail on her. But yeah. So see you next week.